Good morning. Thanks for being here to see a day in my life. I'm Danny. I'm sure, like most of you, each day in your life has similarities, but also there's some pretty unique points of each day. For me, all of my mornings seem pretty much identical, at least for the first hour and a half to 2 hours. I wake up, wash up, and then come downstairs. And the very first thing I do, which is the same every day, is take care of one of my family members. Let me introduce you. This one, the hungry queen. She's currently waiting for her breakfast, but doesn't realize that right now I have to prepare it. So Bella, go sit down. Good girl. You wait for your breakfast. Time to eat your breakfast, Bella. Wait. You want mama? Okay, cool. Good girl. Bon appetit. All right, we'll let her eat her breakfast in peace. All right, so Bella is taken care of. The queen is happy and she's resting right now. She had her breakfast, went to the bathroom, gave her a good 15-minute belly rub. And so you take care of family members first and then take care of yourself second. So it's time for me to make my breakfast. I'm the type of person who I get sick of food pretty quickly. So I'm not the type that can eat like the same lunch every day for years like some people do. But for some reason, I don't know why, I eat the same exact breakfast every day and I'm fine with it. So let's make breakfast and then I'll show you what it is. This is gonna go inside. I'll show you the finished product though. All right, here's the finished product. It's really simple, just oatmeal, fruit on top, done. And by the way, it's steel cut oatmeal because that's my favorite type because of the texture. Here it is. Does the trick. All right, time to eat breakfast. All right, so finished my breakfast and time for the final step of my morning routine that's pretty much identical every day before I go upstairs and start the full day. And it's coffee, arguably the most important step. I figure a day in the life video should also be a get to know you video. And one thing about me is that I'm kind of a secret coffee snob. The reason why I say secret is because I hate when people are snobby and seem too good for certain things. But the reason why I do call myself a snob is because at home, at least when I have a choice, I do spend a little bit more time making and a little bit more money getting, whether it be specialty or more premium beans. So yeah, I really like a really good cup of coffee and will be willing to spend the extra time, money, and effort in getting that. At the same time, my anti-snobbery makes me totally fine with getting something at a gas station or Keurig, or if someone invites me to their home and all they have is instant coffee, I'm not gonna pass on that. I'm just gonna accept it gratefully and drink that too. So anyways, here's a little bit of my process. All right, first and most importantly, you need some good coffee. So this is Panther Coffee. It's a small roaster from Miami, and you can see these notes about it. This is a natural processed coffee from Uganda, and these are some of the flavor profiles. And what's really, really important if you want to be a snob is the roast date. What you get in the grocery store is probably going to be a few months old, but to the best of your ability, you want it to be 2 weeks old max. This is a little bit older than that because I've been drinking it slowly. But I'm part of an online subscription site that every month or so, depending on how often or how fast you drink, they send you a different bag from a different roaster around the country. So it's really cool. I would obviously never be able to get something like this from Miami, and so I have different bags coming from around the country every month. Next is my filter. Today I'm gonna do a pour over. I like pour over because of the precision you get in every cup, especially in specifying the water to coffee ratio and the amount of time that you're gonna actually be brewing it, making sure that all the beans are fully saturated. The next very important thing is grinding it at home. Whole beans only, please. Today I'm gonna do somewhat from in between a fine and medium grind that I've liked based upon these beans so far. It's kind of a trial and error thing. And then lastly, it's not a good cup of coffee if you don't have a favorite mug. 10 points to whoever can figure out what this is actually from. This was a gift that I got recently. So I have a bunch of mugs that are my favorites, and this is definitely one of them. It's really funny. All right, let's make some coffee. All right, so I'm up here in my office. This view might be familiar to many of you if you've been watching our Cornerstone services online. And now that I'm done eating and everything in the kitchen, I will start by doing my devotional time, reading the Word, reading of a couple other prayer books that I go through. Sometimes I journal, sometimes I don't. That's kind of a day-by-day thing. And then I begin my day, which is going to start with a lot of computer work. So catching up on emails, making sure that everything is in order for this week. I have an early morning meeting as well that I'll do through Zoom. And and then that should take me straight up to lunchtime. But let me give you a tour of my office where I spend a lot of my time. And now with coronavirus, where I spend way more than ever before. So let's take a look. So this is my desk. Got my Cornerstone journal. This is my Bible. These are 3 books that I am currently reading right now. This one I've read a million times, but I'm reading for small group material. This one's on preaching, which most of you don't really need to read, but this one is excellent that I recommend for everybody. Check this out on Amazon. 12 Hard Questions for the World's Largest Religion. It came out of Rebecca McLaughlin's experiences with her atheist and friends of other religions, and just answer tough questions. It's really awesome. All right, this is some of the stuff on my desk, from pictures to get this a gift. This is my whiteboard that I actually just cleaned off. This was full and I erased most of it Friday. This is how much of the Bible I've read this year so far. And this is coronavirus. All this money just sitting in credits because of all the flights that got canceled we were supposed to take. So a couple of wedding photos, and then one of my friends did a calligraphy for me. That's my mom's favorite Bible passage, and this is something I made for myself as a therapeutic thing 1 year after my mom died. This is us in New Hampshire. Okay, printer, no big deal. Desk. This is the bookshelf that you see every week. And then this is what my wife calls my golden calf idolatry. I call it my favorite part of my room. She calls it my idolatry. We have different perspectives. Oh yeah, baby. Yep. And lastly, my Gordon Conwell diploma, which I am very, very proud of. I loved my time at Gordon Conwell and I learned a ton, and I also changed a ton. So I owe a lot of who I am today and the pastor I am today to Gordon Conwell. And that's Bella crying in the background. Stop crying, Bella. Okay, that's the office. I will see y'all later. All right, so this coming Sunday, I'm scheduled to lead our praise sets. And I always begin on Mondays. Obviously, it's the beginning of the week. I want ample time to be able to prepare the set, to sit on some songs and their order. And I go through my whole process, which is pretty thorough, to make sure that I'm really happy with the set and make sure that I'm in line with the passage coming for the Sunday, and also what the preacher is hoping for, and just the whole feel and direction of the service, because obviously the songs have a lot to do with that. But more than ever, it's really important that we start on Mondays and get done fast, because whereas in normal life, we would pretty much have a big portion of the week to prepare. Now, in quarantine days, in COVID days, we have to be done early because there's a lot of editing to be done, both video and audio. So let me show you a little bit of that process. So this is called Planning Center Online, and it's a software that many churches around the country use. So it's not just Cornerstone, it's extremely popular. And here we have our song database that all the worship leaders put in throughout the years. And yeah, I pretty much just scour through this after I've done my prayer and my study and my connecting with the preacher. And yeah, just a little bit of insight into our software. So for example, let's say we did How Deep. We have a number of arrangements here. If I want to use the original arrangement and whatever key that I want to sing it in. And this is where all the worship team members are looking at. This is what we're looking at, whether on our iPads or printed paper for our chord sheets. So yeah, that's pretty much the way that it goes. So I'll be doing this for a while. Today, just kind of looking at our Sunday service for August 23rd is coming Sunday, and then putting in all the songs that we'll be doing for this week. So does this look familiar to you guys? This is what you see on a lot of Sundays when I'm leading praise. And so where are we exactly? I'd like to give you guys some insight into the room. So we are actually currently in my attic, and this is what became, this little tiny room in my attic is what became Cornerstone Studios. So here is the computer that I use, as well as the audio interface, and you see all this mess on the ground that you don't see on Sundays. I use a cajon for my for my seat. And yeah, this is the view that you see on Sundays when I'm leading, and it's my attic, so you can notice the slanted ceilings. And this is what's behind me. Sometimes we use additional lighting. That's a tripod that holds the camera. We have a piano back there, amp, some other equipment. Put some pillows there to dampen sound. Yeah, and this just leads back out to my house, to my attic that we just kind of use as storage. Yeah, so you're getting behind the scenes look into what makes Cornerstone Services happen. Knowing you, there is no greater thing. You're our all, 'cause you're our all, you're the best. You're our joy, our righteousness, and we love you, Lord. Okay, so it's about midday now, and spent most of the day working on the praise set, trying to figure out what songs to do, planning out arrangements, doing some recording, some practicing and stuff like that. I'll probably finish it later on the week, doing the audio editing part and the video editing part, and getting other people involved and such. And usually around this time, I would work out. Ever since March, for obvious reasons, I've stopped going to my gym and I've been working out from home. But as most of you know, the past couple of months, I haven't been doing that because I've been sick. I'm actually still not allowed to work out because I'm recovering from my surgery, and so I still have to wait another full week before I can do any physical activity. But since this is a day in the life, I guess I'll show you what I would have been doing around this time, and it would be getting a workout in from home. So because Inji and I both go to gyms, we haven't really had much equipment here except for a few things, but we've accumulated a little bit more since quarantine time. So I'll show you some of my equipment and maybe what I would have done. So here we have our stuff. So we got a couple yoga mats. We have this is an ab mat back here. We both have our own speed ropes for doing things like jump roping for warming up, but especially for doing double unders. This is a small set of dumbbells we have from 12, 15, 20, 25. Dumbbells are a high price commodity right now, and people are price gouging on Craigslist. So I've been looking for more, but there's no way I'm willing to pay 3 times the price. So I check the Rogue website literally every morning when I wake up to get them at the fair price, and eventually we'll get bigger ones. And these are 3 kettlebells that we were able to snag for the same reason. I was checking the website literally every single day. It's a 35, that's a 53, and that's a 70. So those are our kettlebells. And then I have a pull-up bar upstairs, like one of the ones that hang on the door frames, like a door hinge like this. But let's go outside to the couple other things that we have. So thankfully we have a yard and a deck. So a lot of times we'll do the workouts here when it's not raining. We're down here in the driveway, and we have some stuff inside of our shed. Okay, so amongst normal shed stuff, I was able to get a medicine ball, a 20-pounder online. These are super versatile and good to have. You can do burden runs, you can do sit-ups or Russian twists with them, tosses, you can squat cleans, med ball cleans with them, ball slams, lots and lots to do. And then I have a plyo box that, for a fun DIY project, I made. I think it was in May I made this. So I went to Home Depot, got a bunch of plywood, and found tutorials online and borrowed some equipment. Some things I already had, but I had to borrow a cylindrical saw, and I made this thing. Pretty sweet. You can do a lot of things with this as well. And I think at the end of the day, I think you would buy this online for like 100 something bucks. My Home Depot costs were maybe like 40, so pretty awesome. And one other thing outside, so as much as with a medicine ball, this guy you can do like 20, 30 different things. The main thing, or at least the best thing and the most challenging, are wall balls. And so I made a wall ball target in the squirrel's home up here. So I just cut a small piece of plywood, marked the 9-foot and 10-foot mark with a tape measure. And so I'll just stand under this tree and do wall balls with the target. And even though that's a really small, it's really thin, it still bounces off properly so that I'm not like rolling all over the place. Yeah, so it's good that we have this space to be able to utilize the home workouts, but I'm really missing going to the gym, so I hope I can do that soon. Lock this, no one steal my stuff. All right, so that's what I would be doing at this time, but because I'm not doing that, I'll just take a break, I guess, and before I get back to do some other things for work. All right, day's nearing an end because it's dinner time. The sun is going down, as you can notice. This is my dinner for today. Got really simple salmon, a sweet potato, and rice. It's time to watch some playoff basketball. I really don't care about this game. In 10 minutes, the Celtics game begins, game 1 against Philly. Go Seas!
The first part of this, and he did, but he's always listed on the list.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!
All right, friends, so it's nearing 9 o'clock. It's been a pretty long day. It's almost over, but I have one more Zoom meeting before I'm done for the day. And I typically don't have Zoom meetings this late at night, but this particular one is with people from California, so we compromised of having it be 6 p.m. there after work hours and 9 p.m. for me. So just one more before I call it a day. I'm a nighttime showerer. So I'll hop in the shower, wash up, brush my teeth, and then hit the bed, lay down. Usually might watch another episode of The Office or something before bed. And then it's hopefully getting a good 8 hours before tomorrow and doing it all over again. So thanks for watching. I hope it was entertaining or that you enjoyed it for whatever reason. And yeah, thanks for your time. See you later. Bye.